All right, welcome back to the show. As you know, this is a San Diego-based show, and San Diego is a military town. Last Saturday, I had the distinct honor to honor those who have served at the military ball on March 28th, and what an experience. Here you can see it on your screen from the beginning here, where they brought in a parachuter, to awarding all these high-ranking officials and seeing our vets and honoring those who have served. It was just a heck of an experience being able to MC that, so I really want to thank the Coronado Chamber of Commerce for allowing me to MC that, the 30th anniversary, and certainly to thank the greatest military that's ever walked the earth and honoring them in the greatest city, in the greatest country on the planet. Truly an honor. Now, that was last Saturday. Every Monday at 7 p.m. we have a radio show that honors the military as well. It's hosted by John Reeves. Now, John is not only a Marine captain, but he hosts this show, and he's a top producing realtor that's just absolutely crushing the marketplace, and he's helping those who have served. He has a team that he's aligned with that have also served. It's just awesome for the city that we live in. It's perfectly aligned, and it's good to have him here on the show with us here this morning. John, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Hey, Craig. It's always great to be here. Thanks a lot.
So how's your radio show going?
We just expanded out to 2 hours, Craig, so it's really going well. Had some really powerful guests on there, and we've really brought some key players in the military community here in San Diego. So
11:70 a.m. KCBQ, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Monday. You can catch Military Mondays with John Reeves and our good friend Marine Sergeant Daniel Lehman. So, John, you're also helping people to buy and sell real estate, those who have served. Recently, you've been talking a lot about the first-time home buyer market. So help us understand what's going on that front.
Well, you know, the first-time home buyer market right now, especially for our military clients, is really booming because interest rates are exceptionally low. Rather than sit here and lecture about it, I actually brought in my buyer's expert, and my partner, Alyssa Davies, who is really focusing on our military first-time home buyers who are out in the market right now looking at places. So I want to bring her on and kind of talk to her. She's really got a huge gauge of what's going on in the market. She's helped 40 home buyers find homes in just the last few months. Doing a great job, and she's really dialed into what's going on with our VA home buyers. So without further ado, Alyssa, it's great to have you this Saturday morning on the show.
Thank you for having me, John.
You bet. So Alyssa, you know, you've done a great job with our first-time military buyers, mainly because you have lived here, and there's not many people who have grown up and lived in San Diego, first-timers, and that's you. You've been here your entire life, grown up here, your parents' parents. So 3-4 generations of Davies have grown up here in San Diego. One of the things that you have a lot of experience with is invaluable to our military buyers and any first-time home buyers who are in the entry level is the fact that you have dealt with rentals because your family owns 80-something rental properties. So you've been able to help a lot of people with the perspective of the rentals, of what is this home going to rent for. It's a first-time home buyer, but it's also a first-time investor because they're really buying a place and they're going to move up or they're going to move out.
Exactly. So pretty much when somebody buys their first home, they're either going to hold on to it and turn it into a rental. So the big thing with that is they want to make sure that if they have to move out and rent it out, that the mortgage payment is going to cover, or that the rental is going to cover the mortgage payment, and that they're going to be profitable on that investment.
Well, we've got a slide here I want to bring up because really with first-time home buyers, it's a really unique time in the market. So, you know, right now we've got the lowest interest rates in history, and we're seeing a great opportunity. What else have you seen with the first-time home buyers right now?
Right now, it's really competitive. I mean, San Diego's a hot market. A lot of people want to live here, especially a lot of military get stationed here. So you really have to get a good agent who can be competitive and who can help you get those good houses, because when good houses come on the market, they go quick.
Now, inventory is low, it's extremely competitive, and it's also a buyer's market and it's also a seller's market.
Correct.
With so many buyers out there, I mean, our phones are blowing up. I mean, I know I see you on the phone in our office. Literally, it's like glued to your ear.
It's nonstop.
So what can you tell a first-time home buyer? How should a home buyer interview a new agent? Because, you know, we always recommend don't just go with an agent who's a friend of a friend. They may not be the best. That you may know them and trust them, but does that mean they're necessarily the most experienced? And you certainly have a plethora of experience with first-time home buyers. So how should a first-time home buyer interview a real estate agent?
So for most people, this is the biggest purchase they're ever going to make. So trusting just a friend because they are a family friend just isn't the best decision. You need to make sure that they have experience.
Experience, okay.
They have a strong track record of not only helping buyers, but taking on listings. That way they know both sides of it, and they're able to coach you. The other thing is you really want your buyer's agent to be part of a team. a lot goes into a transaction, and there's a lot of steps and a lot of different things to take into account. So having it all rely on one person just isn't realistic. If you want an effective agent, they should be part of a team. Let's see, the other thing is, with them having experience with rentals is really valuable for the long-term investment aspect. If they can tell you what the property is going to rent for, it's going to be really beneficial to you. The other thing is the offer writing process.
Yeah, now that's one of the things that you've done really well is when someone's interviewing a new agent, they should be asking, how can you, like, what is your competitive edge? And that's something that you've really helped us even build at Reef Point Real Estate, is you've helped us build a competitive offer writing process. So tell us a little bit about that, because I think that really makes a big difference.
Well, the offer is the most important part of a transaction, because when your agent writes the offer, that's going to be the escrow instructions if it gets accepted.
Okay.
So one, they have to know what they're doing, because you don't want them to screw something up and then that become a legally binding contract.
Sure, sure.
You also have to become very competitive. We write letters to the seller. That way we appeal to them emotionally. We do an executive summary of our buyer. We make sure that they have a pre-approval letter, a proof of funds, and that everything's complete, so there's no questions and that it's competitive.
Now, another thing I've seen is with the real estate mortgage professionals that we link our buyers up with, they can close in sometimes 17, 18, 19 days with a VA loan. So that's, or an FHA.
The closing time is so powerful, because the shorter the closing time, the more competitive you're going to be compared to other offers, because the less mortgage payments the seller is going to have to make.
Absolutely. Well, you know, Alyssa, it's really been awesome to watch you in action. I mean, literally, there's so many home buyers out there who have benefited from your experience. The fact that you're a San Diego native, I think, is, you know, every neighborhood better than some of us who have lived here and are in the industry very well. And you've been out in these neighborhoods your entire life. So it's certainly good to understand that you know the rental markets, that you know how to posture your buyers for success, and that you know how to negotiate. You've done a really great job, and it's been awesome to have you on the show, come talking about first-time home buyers and the buyer market in general. So we appreciate it.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Awesome, Alyssa. Thanks.